What is up? What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Yo, shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Y'all know who it is, your favorite YouTuber content creator, your favorite everything, JR Wisdom, coming at you on this beautiful Friday noon. And just things hit you in the moment. I figured I'd talk about this in particular. I've discussed this a long time ago, but I think it's very important right now, and I am giving my input on this. I see the thumbnail, so you can kind of deduce what it is that I'm going to be talking about, which is time and disrespect. And it's something that I think that many people take for granted. People take you for it in terms of your time. So it takes me, like, a lot of times I just want to jump on the phone and go and like just go live in the moment and talk about it. But I collected my thoughts, and I want to give you guys a good experience, especially an interactive experience. So with that being said, man, to everybody tuning in, hit that like and subscribe button. As you guys know, all of my live shows are call-in shows. So you can feel free to call in and express your opinion as any other time. So no need to go live. You always platform as long as you're keeping it cordial. So hit that like and subscribe button. Comment below where you guys are checking in from. I love to hear where you guys are checking. You guys know I'm well traveled, so and I like my viewers, subscribers, and you're tuned in. So comment below, age, sex, gender, what have you, where you checking in, man. I love to hear from you. So anyway, man, listen. This thing I'm talking about, man. My audio is still jacked up, man. Hey, anybody else is my audio like jacked up? Is it janky or whatever? Audio skipping and repeating. Okay, let me close this thing out, man. Cause this thing is starting to piss me off here. Low country. All right. Yeah, skipping. Okay. Let me unplug my mic real quick and plug it back in. I don't know why this thing has been doing this lately. Can you hear me? How's my audio, guys? Because I don't want this happened the other night on Tuesday when I went live with Youre. Shout out to Arizona, Cali, Philly, Low Country, South Carolina. How's my audio, guys? So guys, I am everything and plugged it back in. Let me know how my audio is sounding. It's good to go. I got the real heavy G2 set is good. How am I sounding to everybody else? Because I don't want to be sitting you guys not getting a good audio experience and not hearing my my voice beautiful. So I just want to make sure you guys are getting a good audio experience. I got one man. Let me know. Shout out to Statesville. Better. That's just better. Loud and clear. Okay, I only got one. I only got two people saying it's 20 something people. Shout out to Texas. Still skipping. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know. I haven't changed any. I still got my same Blue Yeti mic, um, StreamYard, whatever have you. So sorry it's taking too long. 20. Hit that like button, man. Shout out to Phoenix. Anyway, listen, man. skipping. Some people say it's clear. I'm getting this. We're gonna move forward. We're just gonna move forward, man. So, um, guys, value your time. I can't stress this enough. Man, woman, whatever have you, val- value your time. I take it as disrespect. You should take it as disrespect also. I'm not going to tell you should, but I'm just saying value your time. Whether and I'm gonna just tell you guys for example. And I've talked about this in the past, and I think a lot of us, especially men, because a lot of us we get when we're dealing with women, women are there's a lot of women that are very fickle. There are a lot of women who basically are passive aggressive and do certain things. And when we try to set up, we try to get with women or we try to establish something, women are more like, I could, what you got going on. I'll agree to certain things and it's not really what it is. But it's not just only that, it's just appointments we set with people, obligations that we set aside our time for, whether that be barber, any type of service, anything like that. And a lot of people cheat them of a great experience, and they cheat themselves out of basically businesses that suck is for a reason. Communication is what it boils down to. I'll, I'll tell people today, right? And this brings this whole. That's why I did this video. I'm gonna do it early. I had an appointment. This is somebody that was chasing me. You know, when you got some people in sales and they chase you and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" And get your business. And I've done business with this guy in the past. And when I initially did business guy, he was late. And those of you who know, as far in terms of obligations with anyone, that's one of my can't stand that people are late, especially when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it. I can't stand that. I can't stand when late, and it is what makes it worse is when someone will not tell you and you just look like a fool. You show up and you're trusting that they're going to live up to their side of the obligation, and now people just fall out with other people because of lack of communication. Some people are passive aggressive and don't want to tell you, and they'll just let you sit back and wonder what's going on and be like, well, eventually they'll figure it out. I did business with this guy previously, and I was gonna get up and leave before because we had established the time. Bro, I'm paying you for a service and we established the time. And it's not a little bit of money, it's a large sum of money. I'm paying you for a service and I show up at the designated location for this service and you're not there, and I call you and basically you're like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." If anybody tells you that, guys, unless it's you have to do it, unless it's something that you have to do and you already paid for it, which a lot of times it's too late when you already pay for something and they don't show up. There's an issue. There's an issue with this person where they can't communicate with you and tell you. It's basically like I'm either afraid or at the end of the day, I don't respect you enough to even show up on time for something that you are paying me for, or something that you took time out of your life that you could have been doing. Because people don't think about, and I think I look at this a lot. Whether you're going on a date, whether you're meeting someone somewhere, they don't think about everything that goes into that. Like whether you're canceling appointments, you're canceling other things that you had going on. You're actually aside the time. You're waking up at a certain time earlier than you would, or basically pushing all these things to the side. They're not looking at all that, thinking about themselves in that moment. And that basically what they're saying is that their time is more important. And that's what a lot of this stuff boils down to is someone doesn't care about you. They're thinking about themselves. I call the had was at noon today, right? So it was at noon. And like I said, I've been under the weather for the past week, and then I was on vacation for that, so I really couldn't do it the past 2 weeks. For this what I paying him for. So bro is texting my phone, hey, what's going on? Blah blah blah. Hey, da 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 da. Like basically like, hey, he needs the money for this service that he was supposed to perform. So I got shit going on. I don't feel too good. So I'm like, okay, Friday I got some time, which is, and I was like, let's do noon. So cool. So I mark off everything else on my calendar because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be here at noon, right? So about 11:15, I was gonna text him anyway and be like, hey, I will be there at noon. He calls me before I get to text him, and he's like, hey, just making sure we're good for noon, right? And I'm like, yeah, I will be there at noon. And not to say we're doing law of attraction here, but it is what it is. I'm thinking in my mind, when I did the consultation with this guy, he was late. I booked him again for something. He was late again. And I'm just like, this dude is doing all of this stuff, and it's on me at the end of the day. Cuz I kind of stood for the disrespect in terms of the time thing. But today I'm just like, I'm going to show up. It's not that far from my house. So it's like a 10 minute drive. So I show up, I'm there at noon. He's not there. So I'm like, I call him immediately. Hey, where you at? This is at like 12:02. We gave him like 2 minutes. I'm like, where are you at? Oh, I was running a little late. I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'm like, this dude will probably is present for another 30 minutes. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm man, get out of that. Dude is just basically, you just disrespecting me. I'm supposed to be paying you for a service. You're disrespecting me. You're not here on time at 12. Didn't call to say, hey, I'm running late. You're just expecting to say, fuck this dude. Basically, I can fuck this dude. I'm not. I'll show up when I'm ready to fucking show up. And a lot of you people slide with this. Whether you ladies, you getting your hair done, you guys establish a time and it's with people, and they just, I'll show up when the fuck I want to show up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give him 5 minutes, and then I'm out of here. And I was like, you know what? I'll give him until 12:10. Gave him 12:10. Dude still didn't show up. I said, let me get the fuck out of here, man. Cause I'm sitting here. I'm like, why did I even give this motherfucker? Even though I was hesitant. And your first gut instinct, like, don't fuck with this person. And which we need. The older we should be, shit should be automatic for us. Where we were like, I'm not fucking with this person. This motherfucker's full of shit. And you can tell that even in relationships, personal relationships, whether you're dating, family members, all these other things, some people just don't change. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm speaking from a male's perspective with dealing with women, right? Well, if you haven't been ghosted, shout out to you. If you haven't been flaked on, shout out to you. If you've every time you've dealt with a woman, if she was there at her appointed time and ready to go when you picked her up, hey, kudos to you. But in my life, for the most part, it's been a lot of those occurrences where that's happened, where a woman will flake and won't tell you, or either she'll tell you right before that time. This is a person, and a lot of you guys will try to win someone over or win a woman over or put up with the bullshit, and she just knows that, who the fuck, like, she wouldn't do that. I mean, she'll do it for her job because she knows she can get away with it. But if you truly knew that someone would eliminate you. When I say eliminate you, basically fire your ass, and then you're like, woe is me, so on and so forth. You wouldn't do those things. If you were meeting a celebrity, for lack of a better term, or a high profile person, you wouldn't be late. You wouldn't just, be dismissive. That's why we must stop giving people who really don't care, or people show us basically that they don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to dates, when it comes to even texting and calling back, you guys are texting, thinking that you can win someone over, double texting, calling, what's going on, double checking, hey, and they don't give a fuck about you. It's a equal effort. Just because by virtue of a woman being a mean that she's better than you. Just because she has a woman, she's got right. A lot of men want that just by virtue. She was born with that. She was born with men wanting to be within her presence, wanting to, get it by any means a lot of times. And some dudes will do that. And that's just how it is. So the value of how some women see men is very low when you haven't qualified yourself, which is another video I'll cover, into this. But a lot of you aren't qualified, and you aren't qualifying women to share their time with you. A lot of you are dealing with women like somebody said, it was a video I was watching where he was saying that you have a guy that may work all life, accruing these assets on a yacht, boat, in a nice car. And you have a girl that doesn't have $5 in her pocket sharing that same yacht space, being able to go out on this yacht with this wealthy man. And she hasn't done anything other than put on maybe a little bit of makeup and threw on a wig, if that. And she just may naturally have a fat ass and have a nice body. But she's on that same yacht that this guy has worked for, or worked the majority of his life to be able to achieve that type of thing. And she's kind of like, this is how it's supposed to be. But that's one of the fundamental differences between man and woman. It naturally comes with that. So a woman who has nothing but access to men, the value of you, especially if you're not qualified, you haven't qualified yourself. That's why shooting your shot, at a lot of these women is cool. But all this DMs, if you're not a person of status and you haven't qualified yourself in her eyes, then you're not going anywhere with it. You just one of a million in the DMs. You know what I mean? And a lot of times you're putting women up on pedestals. You're giving them the time of day, and they haven't done anything to qualify themselves on why within your presence. But we don't think about that. We just think maybe if I can just get 5 seconds. All this shit for just for 5 seconds, and someone that's not going to basically anything into you, help you in any way, shape, or form, has no connections to put you in a better space, but you worked for that, just to be able to. It's something that you really need to think about. Ladies, same thing. you these you book appointments with people treat you like shit, you with family members. Ladies, y'all take all type of disrespect setting up hair appointments and all these other things. And women will do the same thing to you. You'll have an appointment, she'll show up late. The person is there, but you'll sit back and take it like this is the only person that can do my hair, or offer this service to me. And people become people that they feel in their mind they've qualified themselves, so you have no choice but to wait on, because I've qualified myself, which is a terrible human trait to have, man, or as a person, just in general, where I've qualified myself, so this motherfucker should wait on me, because at the end of the day I'm the one with the talent. You know what I mean? You don't have to put up with that shit with anybody, man, but you guys tend to do it. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying to you, and I'm especially speaking to men, people must be humbled a lot of times, or basically just walk away. You have to walk away from a lot of people who think that they can just trash you. And a lot of you guys go running back because, and this is a form of rejection and disrespect. A lot of you guys go running back to that same person, and you basically are telling them that you ain't shit. Because they're like, I can disrespect this motherfucker, and they still come back to me. Horrible way people conduct business, and the way they conduct themselves in relationships. Because people are willing to worship them or let shit slide, which they shouldn't let slide. That time that you if you were to put a value, if you were to put value on your time, i.e., a lot of you watching this video, I don't know if you guys are at work, you guys could be at home. I appreciate you spending your time watching this video and taking the time to watch me. But what is of your time worth? What is hour of my time worth? It is subjective, but people will say, "I'm gonna pay you what is minimum wage? Minimum wage it's $7.25 or some shit like that. They're gonna pay you $7.25 for a time and talk shit to you. I'm gonna pay you 25 cent for I think that's what minimum wage is. I'm not sure for of your time, and I'm still gonna talk shit to you and treat you like shit. You're gonna love it and threaten to fire your ass over $7.25 for 1 hour of human life. Same thing when you look at that the next time you get stood up or somebody shows up late or does something, look at all the planning you put in to shit. Look at all of the fucking planning you put in and maybe a week prior just for this fucking day, right? Time you may have taken off from work. People don't think about that shit. The prayers, the supplications, all these things that you put in to get to this point, and a motherfucker just is dismissive about it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's an entitlement concept, which an entitlement concept is a disease of the heart. Shout out to Will the Kingsman. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Thank you, brother, for speaking the truth. Hey, man, if you deem it to be the truth, man, if it's my truth, and if you agree with it, I appreciate it. And anybody that this resonates with, but I think we need to start being more aware of these things instead of having people just treat us like we're nobody, like we're peasants, and their time is basically, in essence, somebody telling you their time is worth more than yours, and obligation is, and that says a lot the way people how their lives are. If that's how they operate within their lifestyle, or they just do people like this, or they look at it as, I cancel agreements, I terminate agreements, I don't communicate, I'm not an effective communicator, I don't have the balls, it's easier to not say something. It's easier to not say something than this to this person. I'm just not going to show up. But if somebody did it to you, it'll be an issue. We live amongst, hypocrites. So call Marie with life in Haiti. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I was just reading the comments there. Call it. It's cool, man. Oh, my mic has been in thing all this time. I didn't even see my mic was in there all this. But that's something I just want. hopefully you guys can hopefully you guys can implement that and know that your time is enough to walk away from anybody. When I say walk away, if they're treating you in that fashion where they're telling you, I don't give a fuck about your time. I don't care about what you did here. I don't care about how long you waited. I don't care about how long you were in traffic. I don't care about any of that. Call Marie. Why would I call Marie with life in Haiti? I don't. She wants to do a live with me. I don't understand. But okay. You want me to call somebody that will do a live stream with me? Okay. Yeah. Um. You you're always going to be in a state of wondering, always in a state of, am I good enough? Because that, especially if you don't know who you are, if you don't know who you are, and you allow people to do these things, it'll make you feel like you're not good enough, or you're doing something wrong, or if you flash out on someone, that's when some of the gaslighting may come in, or you're tripping, you're doing too much. But I mean, it's just like anything else, man. Communication says a lot. It's two ways. It's not a one way thing. It's two ways. And if somebody opts to do that, then you just have to leave them to it. You can tell a lot, like I said, and um, I'm reading these comments, man. You can tell a lot, and successful people. I mean, people who are really successful and good communicators, because everybody will claim to be a good communicator. Successful people don't operate. You know, time is what you should. You sit back and you let people do. It's nah. You have to instill that and and people may you're being funny, but they'll just look at it as you're the one that's done something. You're the one that did something. They are the one who basically aren't living up in and just being so. That's very unattractive. It's very unattractive, and some people develop complexes where they're just like, and the time be lucky. And I think anybody, man, if anybody takes the time, if anybody takes the time to actually spend with you, to absorb your energy, right? Especially if you need somebody to talk and you need to get some stuff off your chest, and they're sitting there and they're doing it for free, and they're taking and absorbing all of this, what may be considered negativity, which is baggage to have before communicating with you. You'll learn when you spend hours. You sit back sometimes, and some people be like, "Well, shit, I feel good." Won't even bother to ask you how you doing. They just need to get everything off because you're that sponge that'll sit there and listen. And then you leave and you just absorbed all this stuff. You just absorbed all the bull, right? And they're going on, and just flew away, left out, and they're gonna come back to you the next day with that, or a few days, or just whenever. Man, you shouldn't be spending, guys, look at your time. You shouldn't be spending any time with someone who's just basically is just negative, and who's just using you as a way to make themselves feel better or boost their ego and things like that. It becomes tiresome. You can be, what they say, you can do bad all by yourself in that case. Stop chasing someone. Stop chasing people just for a feeling of validation. If they could just talk to me, if I could just get a piece of their time, if I could just get like a few seconds, a few minutes to convince them that I'm worthy of being with them. And then you get in their presence and they're just looking at you like, yeah, this is my time. This is a waste of my time. Are you done? Those aren't let those people, I don't even know why it's wasting your time as well. So I'm just telling you guys to wake up. Maybe by you doing that they will wake up. Maybe they won't. But it's nothing with, in that case, blocking that person, getting that person out of your mind, out of sight, out of mind, and you sitting back, maybe shooting a text, thinking should I not text? Delete the phone number, delete the text, block, unfollow, all of out of sight, out of mind. I don't have to worry about this person anymore. On to the next. Time that you spend like replaying a lot of these things in your mind, it's replaying over and over and over. What if I did this? Well, did I say something wrong? Or all of these different things. The time that you spend replaying that stuff is just crazy. Because that's even more time that you're using, that you're wasting, putting energy into something that doesn't like, nah. Cut all that stuff, move on, man. Your time is valuable, just as valuable as theirs. You're living your life, they're living their life. You can't let them basically consume your time. It's disrespect. It's disrespect, bottom line. Like I said, if somebody called you and basically explained, things like that, but people have the capacity to do certain things. They just aren't can't be honest or out of fear instead of just being direct. So I don't know, man. I've talked long enough, guys. I didn't mean this is an impromptu video, so you know, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Um, I'm gonna try to put out some other videos here probably this afternoon, but definitely tune in for Tuesday. Let's talk about with me. Be discussing some other adult topics. So I look forward to checking in with you guys there. Obviously, as you know, it's a call-in show, so feel free to call in. That's what we're trying to turn it into, live therapy. If not live therapy, trying to resolve some issues that people may have. So we look forward to chopping it up with you guys. So with that being said, man, listen, this is Wisdom. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a session. Truly purchase all my books and merch if you haven't yet. And with that being said, man, I'm out of here. Peace and blessings to you all. It's Friday, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.